Welcome back to my channel. I have another word for you guys today. I don't know, I felt led to say be a blessing. But the word is N.soromma. And we are in Hebrew Concordance once again. So this means water of the yellowness. This is also a place in Israel as well. So Mei Hayarkon is translated directly into the waters of Yarkon, and it refers to the springs feeding the Yarkon River. We see this in Joshua chapter 19, verse 46. Now, geographically speaking, this is near the perennial Yarkon River on the central coastal plain, inland from ancient Joppa. And this site guarded the fertile river mouth, the Via Maris trade route, and the springs at modern Ras El Ain. So if you look at the historical relevance, the springs formed part of the tribe of Dan's western border. It offered them water security, yet lying in the path of Philistine pressure that later drove Dan northward in Judges 18. It's also a strategic crossroads. Whoever controlled the Mi Hayarkon commanded the water supply for the Afek and oversight of traffic between Egypt and Syria. 3. Biblical corridor. The adjoining port of Joppa is featured in the shipping of cedars from or for the temple in 2 Chronicles chapter 2 verse 16 and Ezra chapter 3 verse 17. And Jonah's flight in Jonah chapter 1 verse 3. And Peter's rooftop vision that opened the gospel to the Gentiles in Acts chapter 10. So Miyarkon has repeatedly been used as a pathway to salvation. So let's talk about tribal inheritance and covenant fulfillment. Now we can see God's careful faithfulness in allotting every boundary promised to Abraham. This is in Genesis chapter 15, verse 18 to 21. And it confirms that not one word has failed of all the good promises. This is in Joshua chapter 21, verse 45. Now, if we take this symbolism of water, biblically and Quranically speaking, water evokes themes of life, cleansing, and blessing. And this is in Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13, John chapter 7, verse 37 and 38. We also see imagery of water in Psalm chapter 110, where it states that you will drink from the brook of the wayside. Therefore you shall lift up your head. So if we look at that imagery also, we see how a deer will refresh itself at a river or a brook. And when it is done and it is satisfied, just like how we will be satisfied in God's promises, we will be satisfied when God restores us and refreshes us. We will lift up our head in thanks. Number 2, warning and promise. Even though the tribe of Dan enjoyed abundant resources, which later turned to idolatry, and this is 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 29, it's a testament that physical provision without faithful worship breeds spiritual barrenness. Okay, so the last part of this message got cut out. Surprisingly. So as I was saying, Physical provision without faithful worship breeds spiritual barrenness, whereas obedience releases living waters to the nations. This is in Acts 10. This is also a foreshadowing that the springs mirror the believer's call to lay hold of every spiritual blessing. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. And prefigure the universal healing river of Revelations chapter 22, verse 1 to 2. Also, I even felt led to say this when I was recording it the first time, but anytime you receive a prophetic word, I believe that you should pray over it. I learned this from, I think I said this in a previous video, Shantali Kabe made a video about praying over prophetic words. And I believe Stephanie Smith and Emily D as well also have said this in their videos. Lastly, the Yarkon still flows through Tel Aviv, Yafo. And the Miharkon is still a tangible witness to Scripture's reliability and to the God who governs both geography and redemption. So, thank you guys for watching. Once again, be a blessing. I don't know why that keeps coming up. Be a blessing. And be of good courage. Thanks for watching.